Hello and thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10, featuring flashback and recap of stories that made headlines during the week. And first, we begin with this latest development where former Chief Executive Officer of the Access Holdings Plc, Herbert Wigwe, his wife, Chizoba, and son, Chizi, have now been laid to rest in Isiokpo area of Rivers State after a combined funeral service which saw dignitaries and the community trooping out in large numbers to honor the family. Amidst tears and tributes, dignitaries who attended the funeral spoke highly of the legacy he left behind. Senior reporter Isiokpo has more on this.
Family members and notable figures from all walks of life converged on Isiokpo community in Ikwerre local government area to pay their final respects. The motorcade conveyed the remains of Dr. Herbert Wigwe, his wife, Mrs. Chizoba Wigwe, and son, Mr. Chizi Wigwe, arrive, and service begins. Death is inevitable, but guests at the funeral say the loss of Dr. Wigwe creates a vacuum that may be impossible to fill.
A handshake with Herbert is like an agreement. A man who will always keep to his words, quite unassuming, humble, ready to assist, a philanthropist.
Every vacuum must be filled, but what I will say is that he has set the bar very high, and he has told us that it is possible to push beyond that.
One man changed a ripple effect, the whole ocean is shaking. So I'm going to say to you, Herbert, you started a lot, and you've left us with a lot of work to do.
We are family. His father was my guardian during the Nigeria-Biafra war. So was his mother. His mother still calls me Eyen, my Pekin. And you know, they are very aged. It will be painful for them. We can only pray God to give them divine comfort and consolation.
While alive, Mr. Wigwe was a dominant figure in the financial sector, but in death, many believe his greatest legacy would be felt in education through the Wigwe University.
The university he has left behind was because of his passion for education. He helped and educated a lot of people. Like I said, so many are enshrined in his heart because he sent so many to the educational citadels across the world.
Coming back home to establish one of the universities that would have been the best, and is still going to be the best.
Personally, he had gone to televisions to personally advertise the school and all that therein contained, and he just said that it's going to be the pride of the continent, and we're losing that in a split second.
After the service, the deceased were buried in a private ceremony that was attended by close family members. Isiokpo, TVC News, Isiokpo.
Well, Isiokpo came alive to witness the huge presence of visiting dignitaries, family and friends from far and wide. As their remains were buried in the private ceremony, TVC News was on the streets to hear firsthand just how connected Herbert Wigwe was to his kinsmen. Joseph Kunde reports.
The remains of the late CEO of Access Holdings, Herbert Wigwe, his wife and his son lie in state at the church for a combined funeral service. At the airport returning from the burial, close friends and associates shared the remarkable experiences they had with Herbert Wigwe and the legacies left behind.
We take comfort, solace in the fact that Herbert lived a great life. He's done so much, his legacy will live forever. The Herbert Wigwe University set up, I think it's one of his biggest legacies. And Herbert was a great man, a patriot, and someone that will live in our hearts forever. His soul, and his wife's soul, and his son's soul, and the provider's soul, may their souls rest in perfect peace in Jesus' name.
The fleet of private jets at the Port Harcourt International Airport and the caliber of persons boarding them is a testament that he indeed left his footprints in the sands of time.
He has been able to do with his partner Ike, taking what you can classify as a failed bank and making it today among the 3 biggest banks in Nigeria after a legacy, and building it across Africa, you can say across the world, and other endeavors like the Wigwe University, including caring and supporting thousands of people. That is which is most important. For me, the care is most important and is done across the country. You'll be remembered for that.
Herbert Wigwe will be remembered, amongst other things, for his philanthropic gestures as well as being an ace banking executive. Joseph Kunde, TVC News, Port Harcourt.
Let's get more from our correspondent Joseph Kunde, who spoke to residents of Isiokpo. Joseph, just before now, we've had a lot of tributes for Herbert Wigwe and his family that were lost in the helicopter crash. But quickly put us into perspective just how much he will be missed in his family, among his family, and the impact he must have made while alive, especially to those who are his kinsmen in Isiokpo. Just put us for us into perspective on this.
The loss of Herbert Wigwe is a very big one, because looking at the young persons particularly that have been beneficiaries of the philanthropic gestures over the years, they have not really been able to hold back their tears, because they kept reminding everybody that cares to listen that, look, this man has been this and has been that to us. And it speaks a whole lot about his philanthropic gestures that he brings forward to the table. He didn't just start yesterday, he has been doing that for a long time now, and it tells a lot about the kind of person that he is. And that was one of the reasons why he looked and he said, yes, let me help the education system in my area, and of course my kinsmen as well. When he was bringing forth that university, he said a lot of things, and the fact that he was saying that, look, I want to give back. And he felt the best way he could do that was to bring the school down to the community. And of course, everything was in place in terms of kickstarting that particular university in September later this year. So yes, it is a big loss, I must tell you. And there is nobody that would talk about the loss of Herbert that wouldn't really talk about the fact that if he was around, who knows what the university that he wants to bet out could have actually been. So yes, the youths and of course even the elderly persons around this Isiokpo there, they have not really been happy at all, I must say.
And talking about the elderly persons, what are you hearing about what they miss the most about Herbert Wigwe?
The fact that he is always close to their ears, he always attends to them whenever, however, on whatever. It speaks a whole lot. Not many persons will be able to have that kind of opportunity doing that kind of thing, but for Herbert, he's always there for his people. He comes down home towards the Xmas period. Even when it's not Xmas period, he still comes down home. He interacts with them. He doesn't have to be in one SUV or something. He comes down to the level of the people, and that is what they love about the man. Although he has actually said that he wasn't eyeing becoming a politician, he just felt like, I have gotten this thing, let me give it back to these people. And he has been doing that for a long, long time, like I said earlier on. So yes, the elderly ones, they are feeling like one big support system that they have has been taken away from them.
And talking about the support system, what kind of support are they getting? Is it from the government, from the family? Because this is talking about a huge loss for the people of Isiokpo. What has been done for them in terms of, just to provide a little bit of succor, if I would add?
Well, the state governor, in terms of a River State governor, he has really been close to the particular people in those areas, because he knows the level of loss that they're actually facing right now. But not just him alone. We have the creme de la creme, not just in terms of big names, but people, former governors around the region, from Ikwerre Wigwe, from Bayelsa, all of them came down, even Senate President, former Senate President. I mean, loads of them were all there to tell the people that, look, we are here for you. And it doesn't just stop there. They're trying to also see that the legacy that this man has left behind, it will not just go down the drain. They have actually told themselves that, look, we're going to see how we can support. Yes, the university is also going to come through, and they have seen that as a big take, in the sense that if they could put in a lot of effort in that one, it's going to help in achieving the dream of Herbert Wigwe.
Our correspondent Joseph Kunde live for us from